Most of us eat meat. Some of us cook meat. What very few of us do is kill for meat. But hundreds of thousands of animals are slaughtered daily on our behalf as we conveniently turn a blind eye. In fact, it seems almost essential to the process that we don't know too much about how animals are slaughtered. We're spared the gory details. Most of us are happy to keep the killing and the eating as far apart as possible. But tonight, going behind the scenes at a real abattoir, we're going to bring those two processes right back together again as we kill it, cook it, eat it. Welcome to Kill It, Cook It, Eat It. And a dining room with a difference. All week long, my guests have watched their dinner arrive, still alive, in the abattoir next door to this restaurant. They've seen the animals slaughtered, they've seen them butchered, they've seen them prepared, cooked and served up as lamb, pork and beef. In this, the Omnibus of the Week show, learn all you need to know about meat as we kill it, cook it, eat it. In this series, we gained unique access to a real slaughterhouse. We installed windows and cameras in order to be able to see every aspect of the process by which an animal becomes meat, a process that's normally kept as far from public scrutiny as possible. But that's all we changed. Inside the slaughterhouse, we've altered nothing. We've ensured both animals and workers will be totally unaffected by our presence. This is a normal, functioning abattoir, and the animals we saw killed made up part of their typical daily throughput. And then we went a step further. We invited a cross-section of people, from vegetarians to meat lovers, to join us and watch it all, most of whom had little idea what to expect. The purpose wasn't to shock or upset, but to enable people to reconnect with the source of the meat they eat. Everyone was then offered the chance to eat the meat from the animal they'd just seen killed in our specially constructed restaurant. Confronting the reality of what happens in abattoirs and where our meat comes from is a difficult process, but it's an important one. These days, convenience food seems to have replaced home cooking. The rise of fast food and the invention of ready meals means that we know less and less about our food, and that's particularly true of meat. We're used to buying meat that bears little resemblance to the animal it came from. 90% of us buy our meat from supermarkets in plastic packages like these, but while there's a huge choice of cuts and a wide range of labels, the irony is that we're none the wiser about where our meat comes from and how it gets to the table.
I don't like to think about the process too much, otherwise I probably wouldn't eat as much meat as I do.
I don't think I know that much about meat as in terms of where it comes from.
It sounds really ignorant, but I don't want to know what they do to it before I eat it.
But some consumers are now starting to ask questions about the meat they eat.
I think it's very important to know where your meat comes from.
Yeah, I would like to know more, and I think many people would like to know more.
While you'd have to be particularly precious to worry about where your pasta comes from or your frozen peas, when it comes to meat it seems we can't be worried enough. Whether it's the suffering endured by animals or the terrifying spectacle of when it all goes wrong, think of BSE or bird flu, it's really clear that we all need to know more about the whole meat production process. As a journalist, I've long campaigned on this issue, and I think it's time we all had access to more information about the meat we eat. You've probably got questions of your own about how your meat gets from farm to fork. Tonight, we're going to answer them.